America. I don't care for that intro. I don't like the music. I thought it was going to be the rock one. Like, that one's way better. This one was with America. I thought it was going to come in hard. Like
we can't do the rock one because we keep getting demonetized from our videos using it.
Demonetized from what? We can't make any money anyways.
Facts.
But then why do you forward me every email when you get a threatening email from YouTube?
Oh, I get more than what I send you. Trust me. I get way more than
I know what you guys are all thinking right now. Kash, what the hell are you wearing? Well, guess what? It's just one of them days. You know what I'm saying? The president's okay. I'm feeling good. I'm gonna go ahead and rock it out. You know what I'm saying? That's why. I just felt like it. This is America. I get to wear whatever I want to wear in America. If boys can dress up as girls, then I can dress up in MAGA gear.
I'm just happy to be home. Let's be clear.
Okay, so what are we doing?
Recognize this? Back. It's been 31 days on the road. 31 days. What was that? Kaecey, what are you looking at?
Oh shit! Hang on.
Is he already up?
Yeah.
Or we may disagree. We are not enemies. We're neighbors. We're friends, co-workers, citizens, and most importantly, we're fellow Americans. We must stand together. Yesterday's shooting at Donald Trump's rally in Pennsylvania calls on all of us to take a step back, take stock of where we are, how we go forward from here. Thankfully, former Trump is not seriously injured. I spoke with him last night. I'm grateful. He's doing well, and Jill and I keep him and his family in our prayers. We also extend our deepest condolences to the family of the victims who was killed. Corey was a husband, a father, a volunteer firefighter, a hero, sheltering his family from those bullets. We should all hold his family and all those injured in our prayers. Earlier today, I spoke about an ongoing investigation. We do not know the motive of the shooter yet. We don't know his opinions or affiliations. We don't know whether he had help or support, or if he communicated with anyone else. Law enforcement professionals, as I speak, are investigating those questions. Tonight, I want to speak to what we do know. A former president was shot, an American citizen killed, while simply exercising his freedom to support the candidate of his choosing. We cannot, we must not go down this road in America. We've traveled before throughout our history.
Here comes gun control.
Violence has never been the answer.
Bet on it.
With members of Congress of both parties being targeted and shot, or a violent mob attacking the Capitol on January 6th, or a brutal attack on the spouse of former Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, or information and intimidation on election officials, or the kidnapping plot against the sitting governor, or an attempted assassination on Donald Trump. There is no place in America for this kind of violence, for any violence ever. Period. No exceptions. We can't allow this violence to be normalized. You know, the political record in this country has gotten very heated. It's time to cool it down. We all have a responsibility to do that. Yes, we have deeply felt strong disagreements. The stakes in this election are enormously high. I've said it many times that the choice in this election we make in this election is going to shape the future of America and the world for decades to come. I believe that with all my soul. I know that millions of my fellow Americans believe it as well. And some have a different view as to the direction our country should take. Disagreement is inevitable in American democracy. It's part of human nature. But politics must never be a literal battlefield, and God forbid, a killing field. I believe politics ought to be an arena for peaceful debate, to pursue justice, to make decisions guided by the Declaration of Independence and our Constitution. We stand for an America, not of extremism and fury, but of decency and grace. All of us now face the time of testing as the election approaches. And the higher the stakes, the more fervent the passions become. This places an added burden on each of us to ensure that no matter how strong our convictions, we must never descend into violence. The Republican convention will start tomorrow. I have no doubt they'll criticize my record and offer their own vision for this country. I'll be traveling this week making the case for our record and the vision, my vision of the country, our vision. I'll continue to speak out strongly for our democracy, stand up for our Constitution and the rule of law, to call for action at the ballot box, no violence on our streets. That's how democracy should work. We debate and disagree. We compare and contrast the character of the candidates, the records, the issues, the agenda, the vision for America. But in America, we resolve our differences at the battle box. You know, that's how we do it, at the battle box, not with bullets.
Battle box?
Power to change America should always rest in the hands of the people.
Ballot.
In the hands of would-be assassins.
I love battle bots.
You know, the path forward.
I wonder what she signed.
Competing visions of the campaign should always be resolved peacefully, not through acts of violence. You know, we're blessed to live in the greatest country on earth, and I believe that with every soul, every power of my being. So tonight, I'm asking every American to recommit, to make America, think about it. What's
Make America great again. Say it.
Here in America, everyone must be treated with dignity and respect, and hate must have no safe harbor. Here in America, we need to get out of our silos, where we only listen to those with whom we agree, where misinformation is rampant, where foreign actors fan the flames of our division to shape the outcomes consistent with their interests, not ours. Let's remember, here in America, while unity is the most elusive of all goals right now, nothing is more important for us now than standing together.
Heads are wearing off.
We can do this. You know, from the beginning, our founders understood the power of passion. So they created democracy that gave reason and balance a chance to prevail over brute force. That's the American we must be. An American democracy where arguments are made in good faith. An American democracy where the rule of law is respected. An American democracy where decency, dignity, fair play aren't just quaint notions, but living, breathing realities. We owe that to those who come before us, to those who gave their lives for this country. We owe that to ourselves. We owe it to our children and our grandchildren. Look, let's never lose sight of who we are. Let's remember we are the United States of America. There is nothing beyond our capacity when we do it together. God bless you all. May God protect our troops.
He didn't care about protecting our troops when he bailed out of Afghanistan. Just saying.
He said nothing, like literally nothing. He said the
said
exact same thing he said earlier.
Yeah.
Can we replay the beginning?
Yeah.
See if we missed anything.
Yes, I do look MAGA today. I call this my ultra MAGA look right here.
I also want to realize, just real quick, let's be very clear who he looked like. I mean, he looked like Jeff Dunham's puppet with the
I've
tan.
been saying this.
I mean, it doesn't get any more spot on than what he just looked like in that video.
Walter.
Walter the puppet. Yeah.
He's not a puppet. He's a real boy.
I feel like he's got a more functioning brain than the person we just saw talking.
Yeah, I don't think we missed anything because as quickly as I threw that up, but here. Come on.
We need to up your internet speed. By the way,
It's
I got
already
your internet.
It's already up. The problem is I have all of our other platforms streaming.
I want to speak to you tonight about the need for us to lower the temperature in our politics. And to remember, while we may disagree, we are not enemies. We're neighbors. We're friends, co-workers, citizens, and most importantly, we're fellow Americans. We must stand together. Yesterday's shooting at Donald Trump's rally in Pennsylvania calls on all of us to take a step back, take stock of where we are, how we go forward from here. Thankfully, former Trump is not seriously injured. I spoke to him last night. I'm grateful. He's doing well, and Jill and I.
Okay. It's good.
Yeah, we didn't miss anything, thankfully, but
he said nothing.
He said nothing of value. Not one thing.
He previewed earlier today. I'm so happy to have a microphone, be back at home. He earlier today, we're like, all right, that was pretty mediocre because he left really like anything about. I mean, obviously, he said we need to take the temperature down, but he did not say that he was permanently or indefinitely suspending attack ads in his campaign. He did not acknowledge anything about the fact that, you know, calling him Hitler or domestic terrorist or any of his followers could be dangerous. He didn't do any of the accountability that he always said. The buck stops with me as being the president. Tonight, I was expecting a much better scripted speech. That was as pointless as it could get, in my opinion.
I don't know. This shit is starting to give me some weird vibes. That's all I'm saying. Like, did you see the thing that I sent you guys in our messages?
Should we just
send us BlackRock, the BlackRock commercial?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't care too much about it, but what do you mean?
What do you mean you don't care about that? That is not that's not a coincidence.
It's odd. It's definitely odd. Go ahead and explain it, Kash.
All right, so the dude that is the shooter, this is not his first time being in the media. Not even just that. Like, he was I guess he was on the news or something before, and then he's a student at BlackRock or for BlackRock or whatever. And if you read in the descriptions, like learning how to do all kind of crazy shit, like build bombs and all types of stuff. And he ends up being the guy that's at the rally that is allowed, because that's really what it essentially is. He was allowed to climb up on a roof with a rifle and nobody take notice except for regular people who aren't there to protect Trump, but his people that were there to protect him didn't notice. And then allowed the dude to get a couple shots off before they even fired back. That's not strange. Now, I'm a conspiracy nut. Everybody knows that, right? This shit looks something that doesn't look right, bro. It does not look right. I don't know. I'm not saying that it was the government. I'm not saying it was, Democrats. I'm not saying it was any of that. I'm saying it looks strange. That's all I'm saying. All of it looks strange.
I don't disagree with that. I just don't waste a whole lot of time on a video that was created with kids in school. A lot of videos are created with kids in schools. Like, I did a whole bunch of them when I was in elementary and junior high. There was a lot of them, and I think it doesn't mean anything.
To the fact that there's a lot going on. Every single person that I've heard that ever has worked in Secret Service for the military. So it's all it is another layer of. And I see what you're saying, Kaecey, because I am one that's like, it needs to be directly in front of me for me to say this is why I believe it. Now, is that enough alone? No. Is the fact that there is a shooter 150-ish yards away with a clear line of sight that's 20-year-old slack ass managed to drag himself up on the roof, take time to crawl. You've got shooters. You've got the Secret Service sharpshooters, the snipers that were honed in on him the whole time. And then on top of it, we've got some other video. I don't know if you've been seeing it, but Kelly sent it to me. There's another video while Trump is speaking. There's a couple things. While Trump is speaking, where you've got 4 guys in the top row pointing at the Secret Service and then pointing into the field. You've got eyewitnesses on top of the one that we've shared that are literally saying that there were people running towards the building. Trump was not removed off the stage. Look, whatever you want to say about Trump on this whole thing. And this is why the BlackRock video is also part of the discussion, because of the fact that all of this is starting to look fishier and fishier and fishier and fishier. And I think that the BlackRock part is the least important of it, but it is something, it's noteworthy. But fact is, Trump should have been pulled off the stage a minute prior. So if you don't even like Trump, the innocent firefighter, 50-year-old firefighter that was shot, by the way, it sounds like his wound was in the exact same spot that it would have hit Trump if he had not turned his head, which killed this guy instantly, by the way. That person and the 2 other people that were shot would not have been killed if they would have done the right thing, pulled him off the stage, shot first, whatever the different options that are there. This guy was being seen, and also there should have been no chance for somebody to get on that building, which is why the person that is not as conspiracy theorist as Cashley Kelly, me, is going to say something is fucked here. Either it was incompetence, negligence, or straight up nefarious. One of the 3, period.
Yeah, and see, my problem is like we want to go back into time when that video was created, and try to make something of it. I don't see anything with it. Let's focus on the data we have and what happened in this recent period of time, and then correlate that data. Then we have something to work from. So this scenario, like there's even been a couple people mention it in the comments. I think Sarah was one of them. When you have a police officer climb the ladder, point a gun at him, and he turns around and points his gun at the officer, and the officer gets off of the ladder and moves away. No, that officer is there to protect the community.
Is that confirmed?
It is not confirmed, but it is going around, and it's like that. If that did happen, that officer should have fired. And then as soon as one bullet went off, he would have panicked. He wouldn't have been able to prepare for that situation. He would have been able to get a shot off.
I have trouble believing the story. That's one of those ones I need to actually get some kind of confirmation. However, this is the way that it's plausible and believable in my head, is if police officer climbed up to the top of the building and then the shooter turned and said, "I'm Secret Service," or said something. Problem is, this kid doesn't look like Secret Service, so I don't buy it. I would have to get some body camera footage to actually believe this aspect.
And I doubt there is any. But that's the part that we need to be looking at here is this kid. Like, we got to figure out supposedly they're going around saying it's a 223 or 5.56 ammunition is what I keep reading.
That makes more sense than a damn 22, because a 22 ain't gonna be that loud, bro. That shit was loud.
22 can be, but a 223 5.56 makes much more sense for a very young shooter to be able to be that accurate at 150 yards.
And for it to crack somebody's skull.
Well, no, 150 yards for a 22 has an 18 to 30 inch drop at 150 yards. And so you have to be a prepared shooter to be able to shoot that. And not necessarily a marksman, you just got to be prepared. And but at 150 yards with 223 or 5.56, you're talking a very smaller window of a drop, and it's much more reasonable. And they both fly super fast. And I said a 17 HMR because that is a faster bullet. It's a little bit smaller than a 223, handles longer range, but it is a rarer rifle for anybody to have. Anyways, the part that I find interesting in this entire thing, not interesting, that we still need answers on. I don't care. I'm sick of hearing Joe Biden talk about the situation. We need to hear the head of Secret Service to address their flaws. Why did we have DEI agents not be able to holster their gun as they inserted they've got Trump inside the Suburban? Why they weren't able to properly surround him on the stage, as there's pictures coming out now. There's a bunch of them that are just offset and not in the right place. And we have Secret Service or some riflemen on top of the roof behind Trump, but not at the 150-yard building, just out where they should have been. That is a reasonable distance to where they should have had Secret Service or some riflemen up on that roof.
And should have had higher ground.
Well,
that would have, because right now I think that the reason why they weren't is because now they had the excuse to say, "Oh, well, we didn't see him because of the level that he was at." But if you were up on that damn water tower that was behind him, you would have seen everything. Every high point.
If you would have just had an officer on that building where he went up, problem solved.
So I listened to some of the audio over and over again. This is a fun fact, by the way. Two different things. Let's start with the shots. It sounds like 3 shots were fired right away by the gunman. If you listen to the difference in caliber.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Pop, pop, pop. The first bullet is the one that hit him in the ear and potentially hit whatever behind him. Then there was return fire. I would say then it was mixed in. There's 4 more shots, probably 2 inbound, 2 outbound. That's probably the one that killed the firefighter. The reason I say that is the firefighter did not sound like, based on the family story, did not instantly die. And I think he instantly died when he got shot. So he had time to throw his family down. So after the first 3 shots happened too fast to react that fast. So I'm assuming that he threw the family down, and then was shot with the next bullet that came part of that second round. And then there was a late one. I don't know if that was a finishing shot, a double check shot. I don't know what that was, but there was an exchange of gunfire in the middle section, and then the final one about 10 seconds later. That's what I will see. Now, going back to the video, what I find interesting, something that I did not hear before, and if you want to bring back the video, if not, we can just talk about it.
Which one?
The long form video.
I'll pull it up. Let me find it.
I wonder what your news source shows. So we don't hear on most of them is when President Trump goes, wait. And it's like this moment where he stops everything that's going on. He says, wait. First off, there's a lot of incompetence when I've overheard the audio. And the wait is not the incompetence. When I was watching it on mainstream media, do you realize that the only audio they clipped out was the wait part? I don't know why. But I find that odd. That's the moment where Trump takes decisive action to say, I want to address the crowd, which I think is, to me, and I guess I could be different, that to me is the most, this is great, all that's great, but the fact that he had the wherewithal in the fight to say, wait a second, I need to do this. That part was cut by the mainstream media, which I found very, very odd and very like, why would you cut that audio? There's no swear words in it.
Makes them look more heroic.
Exactly, and they didn't want it. They didn't want that. So some of them show that. Now, there's another thing, and before you play this. So if this is one of the clips where you can hear the Secret Service members talking about total DEI incompetence, and I don't know, and I know that he's calling them heroes, and they are for jumping on him, etc. But the fact that this is who was helping him. They're saying, let's move, and they stayed down for another 10 seconds, and so I guess somebody had the wherewithal to wait for the all clear to say shooter is down. So they were actually saying to move before confirmation the shooter was down. Are they fucking high? Are they stupid? Like what could be? It's just mind-boggling how many mistakes were made in one fail swoop type situation.
Yeah, let's give this one a listen. Let me turn this one up all the way. Oh, snap. A bullet hit that. I have not seen that.
A what?
I've seen that.
What'd you see?
I'll show you in a sec. This is a different clip that have fully panned that way.
See, they're already saying on you.
That wasn't the clip that he said, wait. There's a better one. There's got to be.
Yeah, you can hear it better, but a lot of them, that's the part that's muted. It's super odd to me.
I'll see if I can find it. Keep going.
You did hear in that the fact that they're saying let's move well before they got these before they said shooter, they confirmed shooter is down. I find that really like how bad is this group of Secret Service that's there? I think that there's something here is all I'm saying. There's something more than just some random 20-year-old that decided that. Also, by the way, they're using the fact that he's a registered Republican. I find that odd. I mean, I guess I know why they are. I can see it. At the same time, he donated to a progressive, his $15. I don't know much about. How do we not know enough about his family? Like, we don't know enough right now. But at the same time, all I could tell you is on the leftist pages, like Angry Dreamsicle or whatever, and like all these pages that are sharing these terrible things about the one time I wish Trump leaned a little bit more right, things like that. They're all talking about the fact, of course, he's a MAGA shooter. I'm like, what world are you making this stuff up in? And then Suni shared a photo because it's popping up in my algorithm for some reason of the kid in high school, and people are going, "Oh, he was just a kid." I'm like, no, that's a 4-year-old photo. This is what we do to people like Michael Brown. Like, he's a 20-year-old, goofy looking dude that sounds like he got bullied. And I know you guys talked about it earlier. I disagree with you guys in that sense. Like, I don't care if people call him a piece of shit, what was the word that you guys said that was triggering? What was they called him a clown, or they called him an idiot, or something along those lines?
I wouldn't have cared. I wouldn't have cared.
I don't care what they call him. And yes, mental illness is absolutely a thing, but I'm not. There's hundreds of millions of people in this country that are mentally ill, and they don't choose to shoot at a president. So I'm not gonna condone the behavior based on the way that he was treated in any way, shape, or form.
Well, no, just mental illness is real. Like that's a real thing, to where people cave and they don't actually follow the normal pattern of life. I think I have one that's better audio. Let's give this a run real quick.
Yeah, and then Ryan real quick said that. So, and he donated $15 to some progressive thing. So I think he was just politically confused. The fact before you play it, the weird thing is the one photo that they're showing from his high school, he's wearing like an American T-shirt. I think that's fitting. That's the one photo that they've been able to find of his high school is him wearing a patriotic shirt, because it's all about narrative. And again, I think that this is all bullshit.
I mean, he could have very well been a Republican.
Possible.
That's not like a shocker if he would be a Republican. You know what I'm saying? It's not that he's a Republican or that's why he did it, or he's a Democrat, that's why he did it. It's not that. It's the media. The media has been feeding people that Trump is just this big threat. So even establishment, more traditional type of Republicans and conservatives that don't like Trump, he could have been one of them. You know what I'm saying? That's not beyond the pale, but
like the Lincoln Project.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. The thing is the media. The media has people thinking so badly about this man that they're willing to commit this kind of act. That's the thing. That's the problem.
Go ahead.
No, I agree with you. This is why I don't go back to like the BlackRock video. Like there's so many variables that changed over that period of time. Unless there is an explicit tie to that point in time, there's no point. Like, let's focus on what we have today, more recent, that makes more sense. That's my engineering mindset, is why do I want to know about something 5 years ago and try to do mental gymnastics to connect dots? It's irrelevant.
Or just in case there are dots that need to be connected. That's the reason.
Because there are
big, and with BlackRock, there's a whole bunch of shady shit you could point out about BlackRock.
You can't tell me someone that's 15 years old sitting in a high school is going to make a difference. Like,
I mean, bro, you're looking at it too deeply. I'm saying that with the BlackRock thing, who knows, that he could have been introduced to somebody that helped shape his political identity. He could have been introduced to somebody that groomed him for such a time as this. You know what I'm saying? It's
sure.
All of it's possible.
Well, the thing is we need dots connected, but what do you get when you spend all of your time on that and you're missing out on everything from this event yesterday? Figure out everything for yesterday first, and then try to figure out some dots. Don't be jumping to the beginning of time and being like, oh, how did this tie to Christopher Columbus?
No,
like,
bro,
it makes no sense.
I get it why people are doing that, though, because this is something that's very serious that happened. You got to try to connect dots and things like this, especially when you see all the shady shit that's happened over the last 4 years. When you see all the different types of setup shit that's happened, and not even just in the last 4 years, when you talk about Kennedy or you talk about anybody, it always ends up coming out that there was deeper ties into things. So I challenge everybody to look deeper into it. Don't make accusations, but definitely try to fit puzzle pieces together. Definitely.
Make accusations. We spent 24 hours trying to get this guy's name right. Like, you can't tell me you can go back to his high school and connect a video when we don't even have his name right across the board of all of the internet.
Yeah, but now we do, and that is him in the video. But that is him in the video.
Again, video has been going around since 7 o'clock this morning.
I don't think the video is a smoking gun. I think it's just another layer to a very interesting.
Sure.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I don't disagree with you, but it's like, guys,
here's the deal. Hold on.
bring
Actually,
this
you
in
know
the
what?
focus.
I'm gonna actually change my opinion to be closer to Cash's, and I'm gonna tell you why. This is a
Okay.
loner. Let's look at this. This is a
Exactly. Fits
loner.
the characteristics.
It doesn't fit the characteristics of a kid that decided to be front and center in the middle of an ad or a commercial or a video. That's what doesn't fit. This is a loner that had no friends, that sat alone at lunch. That's what everybody's saying. They're saying that he got bullied, and you're going to tell me the kid that's constantly bullied is sitting in the front of the class on a video being recorded, and all of a sudden, and he's got a smile on his face. That is a little bit odd now that I think about it.
I'm telling you, bro.
How many times have you seen the loner be the front and center star of the video? That's not accurate.
Okay.
Again, could it be a complete coincidence? Yes. Is it effing weird? Yes. Or I hate to say this, I'm going to put it in there. I know MK Ultra is a real thing. I don't want to get deep into it because it's one of those ones that it's bait because you don't know who is MK Ultra, how they did it. I know I've talked to Dr. Brian Artis about who he knows was in it. I'm not going to get too deep, but I'm going to tell you MK Ultra is a real thing. That's all I'm going to say. So with MK Ultra being a real thing, you're going to find this kid that was not cool at all, didn't have any friends, didn't have anything, that maybe looked like a perfect suitor to be controlled.
He fit all the requirements, all the characteristics of somebody who can be manipulated. He fit.
Okay. I get what you guys are saying. I don't quite disagree. Let me address 2 comments and then I'm going to respond to that. 4 different names, try 15. Just search X Trump shooter name. There were like 15 names that were dropped yesterday. Like 4, no. And then if for whoever's saying I need to get along, play along, that's the wrong mindset. I really don't give a shit. I don't need to play along.
Here's the correction. Breeds. That means
because she
can't
can't
just start banging some stuff out to play along.
No, thank you. I'm Mormon, but no, thank you. But when it comes to this entire situation, like MK Ultra, I get what you're talking about. The part that we have to start understanding that no one is talking about, and I also regret bringing it up this morning, Steven Crowder released a video overnight. They tried to drive to the shooter's house. Why was he turned away by a guy randomly standing on the road? Did you guys see this?
No, I did not.
Steven Crowder released this video on X this morning. They tried to drive to the shooter's house to go and address his parents or whoever was there. And there was a random guy yelling at him, saying, "No, you're not coming down this road."
I'm sure he'll play it tomorrow on his live stream. I know he's got a big live stream coming up tomorrow morning.
We'll play this. Let's see if this has better audio. I think it does.
Before we do, remind me afterwards, because I did pull some information about the police officers going to the roof. But go ahead, play this real quick. Remind me.
Oh, Jesus. Look at what it is. I had it loaded for so long it wasn't buffering anymore.
That's Trump. That's not Jesus. Get it right, please.
Hang on, guys. Let me pull it down and I'll get it to reload. Stupid pain in my ass. There we go. Get rid of that. I'm just refreshing, guys, and then I'll reload it.
Hey, bro, I'm telling you, there's some weird shit behind all of this.
Oh, 100%.
I'm telling you, I can feel it, bro. I'm not going to say what I think it is because, like I told you, I'm a conspiracy nut. But I got some thoughts.
This is the important part, D. Why I was bringing up Steven Crowder is we need a manifesto, and I guarantee you there is one. For this guy to do this, there's got to be one.
I'm not going to believe anything on it. Honestly, if it fits it's already been manipulated. All of it's been manipulated. I don't believe any of it.
You don't believe that there might be a manifesto, but not to connect no dots?
No, I believe there is a manifesto. I don't know if I'm going to believe
Kaecey.
Someone that wants to shoot the president, I really think there is going to be a manifesto somewhere. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, but is it the real manifesto? I think there's a manifesto. Is it the real manifesto? Here's the deal. If he wasn't controlled.
We got to hear it before we can even say that it's logical.
I already know that I'm going to sniff test the shit out of it beforehand. I don't know if I
can sniff everything, so it's okay.
Joe Biden. All right, play this video.
You hear him say, "Get down."
There's John.
Move it there. Hold. When you're ready. On you. Ready. Move. Up. Move. Go.
Another 30 seconds is going to go by.
JFK Jr. standing in the background.
Yep.
You ready? Are we good? Shooters down. Are we good to move? Let's move. We're clear.
Why were they 30 seconds before that saying move on you? Incompetence.
Let me get my shoes.
Even look at the guy with the gun.
Let me
He's
get
like,
my shoes.
"Where are you at?"
So we gotta
Did you see the?
Let me get my shoes. Watch out.
There it is. Wait. Did you see the one where right to the right of the screen, right? The agent is down there before the shots happen, clearing people out.
No.
Oh wow, I'm gonna pull that one up.
The one from behind Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just
It's like they knew something was going on. There was some
well,
communication.
because they did know something was going
Yeah.
on.
They were trying to sort people behind Trump and say, go there, go here, like trying to coordinate. And so there was something pre-fire that was going on, which is why we need to understand why the two guys that were sitting on the roof behind Donald Trump staring in that exact direction of the shooter, why there was a delay.
Well, we could address this. What's the guy's name? He's in the background wearing the hat.
JFK Jr.
Yeah,
No,
we're,
I know
we're having fun.
It's a guy that the Q group says is
JFK Jr.
and he ran for politics later. Anyways, he's
there's not a whole lot of truth to that per se, but it's
fun
to keep going.
I'm gonna leave it there.
It's fun to keep going with. It's fun to keep going with because it could happen.
Look at this.
Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old.
See, watch the Secret Service
a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Okay. Let me speak to that real quick. So since I do a lot of events,
maybe they're standing in the way of the people.
They might be in the wrong spot. Like that could be because it's still early. If this was 45 minutes into the speech and they're just now choosing to do it, but the first 5-10 minutes, that's when you're still trying to figure out camera. Some of it's camera. Yeah. It's also camera angles. They're doing a bunch of different things to make sure certain things aren't seen. So I'm not going to look into that much. Now, with that said, there was another one that I was thinking of with the people in the background. God, what was it? There was a video that Kelly sent me. Let me see if I can find it. Something to trigger my memory. But there was something where I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like, it's just, oh, that's right. With the same video, Kash, where we were just talking about where they were talking to the four guys on the top pointing, saying something's going on over there.
Yeah.
The speech had already started. My question is, how many different sharpshooters are there? How many snipers are there? Because the speech had already started and those guys weren't even set up yet. They were standing and moving around.
Well, that's what you got to do is you got to look around and gauge where people are growing and drifting and then take mental note and then you can take your position. The part is it shows like one of the videos we showed earlier today, the super grainy one, they said it was like 7 minutes and 42 minutes. 7 minutes and 42 seconds before he even spoke. They're standing up with binoculars and looking around. They're scoping to figure it out. And I get that. I completely understand it. But the part that I don't understand, and showed it every video we've gone live, why in the hell are those two? You have one with a tripod, one kind of crouched down with his gun just laying on the crest of the roof on the peak, and then just looking that direction, and they are both looking into their scopes and looking around. They were looking that way. If it is 150 yards, they should have had Secret Service or somebody on that rooftop just that far away. That's too close.
With that said, the Newsweek article, you said somebody said AP, so I started searching. As much as I don't really believe it until I mean, this is twice confirmed. This is AP, Newsweek.
About the bomb in the car.
Oh, I haven't got there yet, but yeah, there was explosives in the car. But this is regarding what I said I doubted earlier. So again, in real time, I'm trying to put things together. But according to Newsweek, before gunshots erupted at former President Donald Trump's campaign rally on Saturday, one police officer had confronted the now identified shooter, Thomas Matthew Crooks, which, by the way, I said I wouldn't really believe this until, and I still don't, because I think it needs to be vetted a little bit more, but it's Newsweek and AP. On the roof, nearby building, according to two law enforcement officers who spoke with the Associated Press on Sunday. Somebody protect these two law enforcement officials. Trump, the presumptive Republican presidential nominee, was speaking at his rally in Butler, Pennsylvania on Sunday evening when he was shot on stage, yada, yada, yada. Suspected gunman now identified. The guy, yada, yada, yada. Spokesperson, FBI classified. Where's the actual thing? He said, according to the AP, who spoke to two law enforcement officials on condition of anonymity, rallygoers noticed a man climbing to the top of the roof of the nearby building and warned local law enforcement. This is when one local officer climbed to the roof and confronted Crooks, who pointed his rifle at the officer. The officer retreated down the ladder, and as Crooks quickly took a shot toward Trump, who was speaking on stage, and that's why the U.S. Secret Service counter sniper shot him, the AP reported. This is now in two major publications. As much as I don't love to trust publications as is,
And it makes a little sense though. You think about it, because he missed his shot. That means when he aimed at the officer, he had to hurry up and reset, and couldn't get a focused shot off.
There's a part that doesn't make sense is the pattern of shooting. Like I agreed with Russo's explanation of the pattern of shooting earlier, which is there were 3, which came from him really quickly. And then there was 4 in response. If he was turning and was just going to fire, the part that I don't see is how he would, well, maybe, I guess, how he shot. Like the first video I showed, I've never seen the video to where he hit the hydraulics and the speakers are coming down.
No, I don't think he hit it.
He did, because you see the whole forklift drop with speakers on it, because it doesn't have hydraulics to hold it up. You watch it go down. So he hit the hydraulics. You also see the hydraulic spray shoot out. And I've never seen that until that video. So he would have had to go from there, Trump's ear, and it hits that, and then the extra shot hits the bystander.
I'm not going to say that he missed Trump. I mean, again, he was an
I say miss because it just barely nicked his ear, right?
He was an inch away. That was an inch. And and he turned his head while the bullet was fired. Like, I mean,
the reason why I say miss is it's still going. It's still continuing on like nothing was in its way, right? And so there was nothing to disturb that bullet. It was just going to keep going. An earlobe is not going to stop the bullet or cause it to change direction for the most part. Especially if it's a 223 and a 5.56.
I don't know. Something still.
It's weird, but the part that I see is interesting, is the pattern. Like, if what you're saying is the pattern, Kash, then we have to rethink the bullet shots. And the part that bothers me about this, then, that means he fired 2, Secret Service fired 1, he fired another, and then Secret Service took even more time to fire 3 more.
I got 3. It was 3.
No.
There was 7 total shots. Yes. 7 total shots.
Run it back.
Let me go back and get the original.
By the way,
while you do that, I want to show
play
this.
the BlackRock video. Play the BlackRock.
And also, Kash, before you play it, the one thing that I forgot we didn't address, the fact that Joe Biden never once said he didn't talk about it as an assassination attempt. He said shooting. I think they're careful with their words because they know assassination attempt will get them in trouble, because it was an assassination attempt, and they're the ones that did it. Maxine Waters said, "I will take him out." That's the way we combat it.
I ain't going down there. I ain't going down that one. Not yet.
P I don't. Honors economics. P and honors economics is to come to school. Is to come to school. P and honors economics. P and honors economics.
They just
is to come to school.
7 shots.
I don't know, bro.
that kid's shirt say 666 or just 66 behind it?
I just see 6'6".
Is it 66 North? Is that a brand?
Yeah,
I think it's
so.
Route 66.
Cappy.
No, it
Rest in
says
peace.
North.
I don't know, bro. This is strange to me. Like, this ends up being the shooter. This guy right here, this kid, ends up being the shooter, and he just happens to be in a BlackRock commercial.
Okay.
That's strange. You got that's fucking strange. I'm a conspiracy guy. That shit ain't no coincidence, bro. That shit is not no coincidence.
I think it's weird too. I think it's weird that he's in a
fine.
commercial.
In a BlackRock commercial, not just any commercial, a fucking BlackRock commercial.
You guys both went to public school, right? You guys didn't have any cameras coming into your public school ever?
Fuck no. Never.
I had them all the time in my public school. All the time. It doesn't. Maybe that's why I'm not surprised by it. Is
Are you in any BlackRock commercials?
I have no idea. Did I even care why there was a camera in there? No, I was just worried about whatever we're going to do at recess. I didn't care.
No,
But-
bro, that's strange.
But BlackRock also probably didn't even exist when I was in school. So same with you guys.
Because you old. All right, let's play the. how many
Let's
shots?
play this. We're gonna count the shots and we'll play it slow. I'll keep my hand on the pause button.
Want to really see something that said, take a look what happened.
1, 2, 3, 4 returned.
No,
4.
6 returned.
No,
No,
you're hearing ricochet. You're counting.
no, there's
4.
4. There's 4, but then there's 1 10 seconds later as well.
Right. Well, that's
That's
when
8.
I paused after the 4 on purpose because we're gonna listen.
Oh, that's spot.
that
that
was
was
landing. That was landing. Here, I'll play the whole video for you. It's 7. 7 shots because you got to remember it's a fire and a hit. You got to have both.
Really see something that said, take a look what happened.
No, bro, them was you tripping.
Dude, I grew up around firearms my whole life firing.
That
them.
don't mean nothing
That
to me.
is 4 shots.
I got ears.
No, that is 4 shots, but then there's 1 right after, right here, and then there's 1 in 10 seconds. Play it all the way through without stopping.
See, there's the hydraulics drop it. If you don't believe me.
I see that. Yeah, that definitely got hit.
Okay,
That-
there was one. That was
Okay.
one.
And wait,
So, some random
that's
one.
8.
So we have 8, but 1 way later. Because there's none here. None from this point on. We know that.
Oh,
Because he wouldn't have stood up. They wouldn't have stood him up if there was still firing happening.
I thought there was 1 about 10 seconds after. All right.
Well, that was that 8 that I said. If we
I
want to
thought
say
there was
that
a bigger
fire-
gap.
I heard like 9, bro.
No,
I heard
I got
like 9. It sounded like Secret Service let loose, and it wasn't the after clap. It was the
I think the first 3 were clearly from the shooter.
yes,
It-
and everything else came from Secret Service.
It could be. I'm gonna have to correlate. Like the part that I want to do is I want to take this. I want to take the timing that we could potentially do with the shooters on the roof and try to correlate them. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. It's not easy. There has to be a way you can sync them together, and we can actually see it all. But
Kash, you forgot what I said earlier. Why one of the second set of shots had to be the sniper, because that's how the guy got killed. Because there's no way in those first 3 shots did he have the time to cover his family and get hit. So I think, and there's 1 different sounding bullet in there that sounds like the original gun. I think that it's 4 shots.
That third shot could have did it. That third shot could have been the one that hit the guy, because they said after the first shot, the dude grabs his family and then he got hit. Once
Do
you
you know how
grab his
fast
family,
that would have to happen?
yeah. You had 2 seconds in between that, or in between
No.
them 3 shots, you had 1-2 seconds.
I don't know.
It wasn't
about
just
that.
clack, clack, clack.
Hold on. Look
clack,
at it like this.
clack,
Go,
clack.
Kaecey, do this for me. Do me a huge favor. Go back to that video. I'm sorry. Play it again. Look at how fast people reacted to the shots, and think if anybody was in already a full covered position on shot number 3.
that's valid.
Really see something that said, take a look what happened.
Yeah.
These people are literally, these are right there, and they're the ones that see it the first. And at most, these people have moved 4 inches, 2 inches. They're just starting to do this. There's no way that in that period of time, unless the story is slightly fabricated, which again, like you want to make your dad a hero. I'm going to believe the story until I know otherwise. But I think that the amount of time it takes to fully cover your family, that's too fast.
Sure.
Not for me.
The
As soon
part
as
that
I've ever heard gunshots, bro, the first thing I do is jump.
But you don't even know it's a gun. If you're in the middle of the hood and it's in a bad neighborhood, you are in the middle of a place you don't expect to hear it. And so your reaction time, I don't think.
I can tell you if I was in that audience and I heard that noise, I would know that's immediately fire. That's a firearm.
Facts.
That is not a firework. Like
immediately
Shannon,
is a vague word. Immediately is like.
But this guy is a former firefighter and active in his community. I guarantee you he is trained with firearms. He would know what a firearm was.
But you see, them shots wasn't let off that quick. That's my whole point. It was clack, clack, clack.
Yeah.
Which is what Russo's saying, why he wouldn't have been able to cover so quickly in those first 3 shots.
Shit. I think he did. I think after that first one, he was one of the ones that knew exactly what the hell was going on and grabbed his family, and then that boom, boom.
He could have. He very well
another
could have.
issue. And I'm bringing up everything that I can see. Everybody's wearing sunglasses for the most part in that audience. That means the sun is also in the face of Trump and facing that way. So there's a disorientation in terms of everything going on. I just can't imagine. And the only way that I could be convinced is if the actual rate of speed of the bullet takes enough time that it takes a second, which I believe it's less than a second to hit the target from where he's firing. It's 150 yards at a high speed bullet. I have to think that it's the second set, one fire, which
the sun wasn't right behind them though, bro. From the shadows on them, the sun was up. It's above them. They're not blinded by nothing.
I'm not saying they're blinded.
Is like right
I'm
here.
not saying they're blinded. I'm just saying it's another thing that restricts the awareness of things going on around them. I just think that unless the guy was looking to see if somebody was, unless he was one of the people seeing that unless he was realizing that he could see the other building and he saw something going on, maybe he could be prepping. But so I don't see.
Let's see the Secret Service reaction after the first shot.
Watch this. This is interesting. This is what I need to correlate and hear the sounds and watch his reaction.
I really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
One shot, you see him look up to figure out
before the one shot.
Yeah.
Well, because he lost him. He lost him in the scope. And so he had to look up and then get back into a scope to be able to fire. So I don't think
that
those
shit makes me
three
think
came
something
from him.
sketchy right there again, because he looked up like he seen something, looked up, then the shot, then he looks back down.
Well, you do that. So when you have a scope and you're looking through a rifle like that, you're going to look out of your scope to use your eyes to look long distance and then get back into the general area. That's generally what you do. And then you look in your scope. You don't look in your scope when you're viewing a huge angle.
That shit look crazy.
But
to me.
this is the video.
I want to really see something that said, take a look.
See, he's peeking his head up right now. And then we're going to hear a shot fire right now.
Look what happened.
One shot. And he hasn't fired it yet.
No.
And then you see that gun jump. Watch the gun jump.
Take a look at what happened.
See right there. You see him pull it back?
Play at full speed all the way one time. All the way through.
And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
That's just
man.
Weird.
That's not a shot. That's not a shot. That's him readjusting the gun. I think he flinched when it's impressive that I think he flinched at the first bullet that he heard, and then he started readjusting his scope. I think he lost the guy.
He lost it at first. When he looks up, that's what happens. You look up. You don't try to look through your scope to try to find it.
He didn't fire out of the first 3 bullets. He was not he did not return fire until after the first 3.
It's interesting. I like the part that stands out to me is that gun moving backwards.
Chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Right there.
Nah,
right there.
bro.
He could have been pulling it backwards, but I don't know. It could have still been the shooter.
It's not a recoil.
Something that said, take a look at what happened.
Yeah, I gotta
That
put
is
these
definitely.
together
They
in one
didn't shoot
video.
one shot until after 3 shots. That's a fact.
And you know, that's
Which is absolutely absurd.
Yeah.
Secret Service should not be that slow.
And they shouldn't flinch.
Yes.
Like that, they don't flinch.
Again, I'm going to point this out. This guy right here is number 2. He's right here. We're looking
And
at the
he's
guy
dialed in.
This
They
guy's
were
laying.
number 2 Secret Service is what they was. A big
I
steamy
wonder if
cow
they
number 2
worse than
service.
that.
I do have a question. Who was the one that made the kill shot on the guy? Was it shooter number 2? Because shooter number 1 is out of position. I can't imagine he hit that while moving the gun and readjusting. I think it had to be shooter number 2.
I agree with that. I'm getting warnings about my internet. Hang on, guys. Let me close down.
Okay. What else was I going to say? I've been meaning to answer Don for a while with the shoes. When you get tackled and you're probably wearing loose loafers, and I mean, he's an older guy, shoes can come off pretty easily. Like,
agreed.
Yeah. So that's probably it. Like, and when you get tackled by 8 dudes and you're in a weird position and maybe you didn't see it coming, they can slide off. It might not have been Bo's shoes. He might have, whatever. I don't know. But there's also other people talking about the fact that based on training, Secret Service training, that he should have never even like been touched the ground. He should have been lifted and carried and thrown in. I've heard that as well. I mean, I don't know what new procedure is. They also said that the fact that there was camera people in the way that didn't get bowled over, nothing was done to spec. But here's the thing. You've got 3 women. You've got 3 women on the team.
We got to play this. We got to play.
Who are they going to bowl over? Like, I mean,
let me get to that part. I love DEI hires, so that's why I want to play it. Okay, here we go. This is as he's being stood up on the stage. Here we go.
Let me get my shoes. Let me get my shoes.
Let me get my shoes.
Let me get my shoes. Hold up, your head is bloody. So we gotta move to the cross. Let me get my shoes. Watch out.
Like the part that I love is watching the girl try to holster her gun. Like, come on, really? Can't even holster your gun? Oh, what?
Take a look.
I thought that was the full video. Hang on. Sorry, guys. Epic fail.
I mean, there's a lot of different things. I mean, first off, Kelly and I talked about this as well. It's interesting. This is such an impactful historical moment watching what he did. At the same time, you've got a crowd chanting USA, not realizing that somebody just got killed right behind them. 2 people shot. Like, it's such a weird place to be in because, I mean, there is not a more presidential heroic moment that you'll ever see captured on photo. And, there's a lot on the left saying clearly he staged it based on the photo op. I just think that Trump is first off, you can't stage a shot that close to killing you. You can't.
No.
Secondly, I don't care if he knew the cameras were there. The fact that he had the wherewithal to say, fuck you, he didn't say fuck you, but get me in front of the crowd and let me give, that to me is as, I can't even put it into words. I've been literally brought to semi-tears when I see it the first 17 times I saw it. There is no greater moment in a president's there's nothing that can compare to that, because back in the days of Teddy Roosevelt, they didn't have video. They didn't have any stuff like that when he got shot. Ronald Reagan got ushered into a car. This is a guy, there's fight or flight. His fight went instantly into mode. That's somebody that you want as a president. I'm sorry, despite some of the distrust I might have in his ties with pharma and different things like that. If you want a decision maker, and it doesn't matter how old they are, that is a sign of defiance against somebody that tried to kill him. That is a moment in time that will never be taken away. And when the left tries to downplay it as he staged it, he knew the cameras were there. I want somebody else out there to get shot in the ear and then be like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get up and pose for the cameras. If you've got the nuts to do that, more friggin' power to you.
100%, man. Like, That's the part. Everybody, I even have a friend that was messaging me today saying, "Oh, that photo shoot yesterday was quite perfect." And I said, "I
What a
don't want to fucking
dipshit.
hear it. I do not want to fucking hear it."
Well, it
Like,
wasn't really a. I don't think it was a photo. I think it was a still. Somebody did that after the
no,
video.
well, what he's implying is this was all faked and it was set
I
up
get
so
that, but
he could get
he's
a
an
photo,
idiot because it wasn't a photo. That's my whole thing.
right?
It
But
was
This
from a
one was.
video, and then they paused it.
This one was a photo. Like, well, I mean, it was video. No. There's some because there's a camera row in the front. I saw somebody with a cell phone camera behind the nice camera, the DSLR or whatever it was, mirrorless. It was shooting it, and they clearly were the ones that got the shot. So yeah, some of them to have that high quality of an image. Some of them are still photos, but fact is, there's photographers right there, and I don't think Trump was doing it for them. I think he was doing it for the crowd,
us.
for the moment, for
Yeah.
everything. Like that. Despite the death that happened, picture what it would feel like to realize that there has just been attempted assassination, still not sure what's
Right.
going on. Your human brain is going, what's happening right now? And then you see the guy that you are there. Clearly, you're a fan enough to be at a rally, and you see the guy that you want to be your next president, that you already definitely have a strong MAGA bias to. You see your guy get up off the ground and yell at you with his fist up after getting shot, like, and then yelling fight like that. There is no moment like that's like World Series. That's like walk-off home run. There's nothing like that. I get chills when I watch it.
They
guys
done
know
fucked up now, man. I'm
video.
gonna tell you right now. I don't know if y'all been on TikTok or any of the other social media platforms, but brothers is going crazy in the hood with this one, boy. I'm talking about you got brothers. They're like, it's one brother. He's standing there. He's like, bruh, they just shot Trump. He's like, what? Oh, hell no. He goes to open up the trunk. They put the mask on, get in the car, got the Glock, and they drive off like we going to war. You got other brothers that's outside and they like wearing MAGA hats. They're like, bro, we voting this time, bro. Trump 2020. And these is brothers. You could tell they come from a place like where I'm from. And it's just fantastic. So this was it's horrible what happened.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah.
But
the
man,
important
they
part
just ignited a fire in people because now I'm telling you this as somebody from a different type of community, right? That shit is relatable. It's like, yo, he done been shot at. Oh shit, he a felon just like I got a felony, but I can vote in my state. So you know, there's dad. He got 3 baby mamas. It's all types of shit, man. I mean, my man's he's inducted. He's been inducted.
Kash, there was a comedian last night. They already pulled this clip. They already put it out on TikTok. This black comedian. He's like, so you tell me he got shot. So this dude took a bullet. He's got felonies. He's got 34 on his He's been said that he scammed people. Is this my uncle?
I ain't see that. I didn't see that. But that's how a lot of brothers is feeling. And not to make a negative stereotype or a negative trope towards, you know, my community of people where I come from. But I mean, shit, until we learn better, you know, we don't do better. But the ones that do better, shit, we understand. We like, yo, he's going through the same shit that we've been going through. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they just really fucked up. They just made it relatable. And my man survived it. And then that's like when I got shot at when I was about 17 years old, and I was gonna have a gunfight, but I didn't have my gun. And the dude starts shooting at me. I'm chasing him, and he turns around and he let loose the whole six shots, bro. He had a revolver, and once he fired and he missed, I jumped back out and I'm like, "You missed, bitch!" And I start running after him, still chasing him. That's how I'm like, that's relatable. That's Trump right there. And now, if you think that Trump ain't about to come back with some shit, bro,
oh no,
I'm not talking any kind of violence, anything like that. I'm saying if you don't think this just lit a fire up underneath him, you mistaken.
You saw it on his face when he stood up.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever you ever saw him show a face of anger like that at a rally,
his post where he said the shooter or assassin. Now you got that man questioning, did y'all just try to fucking kill me? Or was this just some, either way it goes, the things that you say that get into the minds of people that support you, the same shit you try to say about me, my peaceful talk. I didn't say nothing about committing no violence against nobody. I didn't tell nobody to take to the streets. I told people to peacefully and patriotically let their voices be heard through protest. And you motherfuckers try to say that I'm the one that's causing political violence? Yet y'all call for, and then I actually got some, not to put Biden in this, but indirectly, Biden making a statement, which I don't think he meant it to be violent when he said the bullseye shit. But what if somebody else did? What if somebody who's there for the violence takes that as okay? They already are confused, thinking that the Supreme Court said you got open season to do this shit. So I got you, Biden. I'm gonna go and do it.
Sorry, I'm laughing at a video that just came up on my X that Raw Alerts is releasing. You have FIFA that is being played in the United States for the World Cup to prep for it. And Miami is tonight. And you have a whole bunch of Colombians rushing the entrance into Hard Rock Stadium without tickets. Without tickets. But I wanted to show the DEI hire with this whole thing so we can get this over with real quick. But watch this lady right here, the one right behind. Watch her. Everything she does, watch her try to holster her gun. She pulls it out, holding it. Watch her try to holster right now. I can't. And now watch them escort the vehicle out. They all just are clearly not prepared or trained for this situation.
Here's
It's
the deal.
horrible.
I mean, this is something that hasn't happened in 40 years. I'm sure she's stressed out, whatever the heck it is. But fact is,
I don't care.
You're supposed to be the best of the best.
Yes.
I wouldn't have no women on my security team. I'm just saying. Personally, I'm gonna tell you right now, because and this is the perfect reason why. Because a woman, and nothing against women, you know, I love women. I got a woman. You know what I'm saying? Here's the thing. If somebody snatches my woman's purse, she's not gonna run after them to go and get the purse. She's gonna send me.
Right.
Why the hell do you got women out there, not even big women,
Right.
not big the way they need to be. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. This shit is just insane. I couldn't do it. I've been like, nope, hell no. You're not. She's not coming on the security detail. Sorry, not happening. Give me Brock Lesnar or somebody like him. I don't want her. I'm just saying.
I'm pretty sure Brock Lesnar is not going to be taking bullets for anybody. But
have you? Yeah. Did you? Speaking of that wrestling, did you guys open the video that I sent you guys about the? What was that?
I didn't. 3
days ago, there's a video. You guys got to watch. It was a radio prank of John Cena SummerSlam where they kept calling this woman and being like, "Did you get tickets to John Cena's?" And she keeps picking up the phone and she keeps being like, "Never call me back again." Please go back through our video. It's the first time I've watched a video by myself and was crying, laughing. Real quick though, I mean, I want to counter some of the narratives because I'm watching. You know, it's all about having the conversations that we're going to have with people where they're like, "Well, Donald Trump Jr. or Donald Trump made fun of Nancy Pelosi and Paul Pelosi when he got attacked." Okay, first off, let's get really quick into that. That was the weirdest thing on the planet. You've got a gay intruder with a guy that they say might be gay that opened the door with his pants off, said everything was fine, had a drink in his hand, and then the guy attacked him with a hammer. That whole situation is super weird.
Look like domestic violence to me.
Like, let's be clear. These two are not the same. One was an assassination attempt. One was, even if it wasn't that the guy knew who the guy was, let's just say that it was somebody.
I think it was a metaphor, bro.
Relaxed.
Him having the hammer was a metaphor for Mr. Pelosi getting nailed.
Yep.
So when people bring that up in comparison to this is very different. This is a shooter from the top of a building. That is a domestic situation with the potential, whatever. I don't know what you want. Let's say it was an intruder. It was an intruder that was just a whacked out nut job that clearly, if he wanted to kill Pelosi, he could have. Before the police got there, there was something much weirder to that. I'm
okay with the satire now because Trump's okay. I don't mind if people make jokes and shit now.
Sure,
I watched some funny videos today. This comedian, it was just the dude. He was like, "Can you?" And this is wrong, but it was funny as hell. He goes, "Can you imagine? You know, if there was a shooter, like Trump would be the funniest president to shoot. And he was like, think about it. If Trump was up on stage and the shooters started coming at him, he'd be like, no, wait, you wait, sit down and stand by. Hold on. And then he was like, and then imagine the sound that he would make if he actually got shot. I mean, I hope it never happens, but it would be hilarious because this is what he would sound like. What? And it was just him being funny. He's a Trump supporter. He was just making a joke. I don't care. Humor is humor. I love dark humor.
Well, I get it. It's just, it's in some of it, the place that it's from. It's more of the fact that people are saying that it's not about, it's the people that aren't being funny. It's the ones that are like, oh, I wish he would have died. I mean, that's
not cool.
And then them saying, well, he's called for violence. It's just the most ridiculous thing. Like you said earlier, the worst that this man or the right, because they're like, some of the comments on my personal page. Well, you know, this is the party of violence. He is a guy that called for riots. The worst he said, and this is the way that we counter this. And like, what do we do up until November? The video, if any human being, I would ask the left, I'd say, provide me with a video of Trump calling for violence. The worst he's ever said is march peacefully and patriotically and have our voices heard. I think he said,
no, I disagree there.
He said fight. What else has he said? He said fight.
There was one time at the rally where he was like, somebody punched him in the face, and the person got punched in the face. But that was because that guy came in there dressed in a shirt that had the triple K on it, and he was saying he was actually bad.
Right.
So he was like, we don't support that. And he was talking about the dude wearing the shirt that had the triple K. He said, you know, and this is crazy because they use this clip and they make it like he was talking about a black person. He was literally talking to a white dude who had on a shirt that had the triple K on it that was talking crazy. And he goes, you know, there was a time where a person like that would come into a place like this, you know, and we'd carry him out on a stretcher. That's what would happen. We miss those days. And they made it seem like he was talking about a black person. He was talking about a white dude wearing something that was
an actual white supremacist. Yeah,
actual white supremacist. But they put, and it's crazy how the media does, man.
Okay, so you're right. You're right. There was that scene where it was somebody getting taken care of because he was, you know, whatever. Okay, so that was one person,
but justified. I agree with him on that one. Punch him in the face. Punch him in the face.
Well, right. Now, what he was talking about was somebody interfering with other people. And then let's talk about as a whole, as his group has, like when he's speaking to his followers, not what you're giving is a specific instance. I remember that clearly, but speaking to the followers, the worst he's ever said is what we're going to do is we're going to march peacefully and patriotically. We're going to fight to have our voices heard. Now you've got the videos that we've played a million times with Maxine Waters, with the celebrities, with Johnny Depp, with all of these leftists that are actually calling for violence. So when they say it's literally, it's ironic coming from him, or both sides call for violence, I don't see any other Republicans that have ever said, get up in their face in restaurants, don't let them eat comfortably. I've never seen any of them say, Trump said he'd be leaving in a stretcher, but specifically talking about somebody's with a different political ideology, not a guy causing a ruckus in the middle and interrupting other people's times, but saying as a whole, get in their face, punch him in the face. Biden said Biden had one where he said, back in my day, I'd take him under the bleachers and punch him in the face. Like Maxine Waters used the phrase, I would take him out. Like this is real vitriol. This is real.
I would take him out tonight. That's what she said.
Yeah. Like, I mean, Johnny Depp.
When was the last time when an actor shot a U.S. president?
Yeah, there was that. And then you've got, who was the other one? Madonna saying, I've often thought about blowing up the White House. Like, these are things that has been, while Trump was in it, these are the leftist statements. For the people on the left that are like, this is the party trying to create this rhetoric, please find me any of these clips. Find me these videos.
Shout out to the
worst we say is fight to hear our voices. That's it.
Right.
Shout out Creole Queen. Appreciate you for your service. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think that women, you know, can't do stuff. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that when it comes to Secret Service and you got Trump who's like 6'2", 6'3".
6'3".
And yeah, I think I want everybody around me to be bigger than me or my size. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, how are they going to do
easy? I can have those women part of my security team because I'm only like 5'8". You know, I'm 5'9"
how are they even going to carry you? So if their job is to pick you up, lift you up, throw you in a car fast,
Yeah, that's true.
are you going to tell me that woman's going to?
Baby.
She ain't going to do that.
No. Well, let's be honest. Most of the police officers and everybody on staff is not going to be able to do it either. But the bigger part is you hire for capability of doing the job. You do not hire based upon ethnicity or gender. That is why we make fun of DEI hires, not because of anything else, because you are not hiring for the best to do the job. That is what we suggest that you should be doing. But also, to make a comment on you guys and where everybody was calling out, remember Nancy Pelosi saying she wanted to punch Donald Trump in the face?
Oh, yeah, there was
on January 6th. But yeah,
so the question becomes, Kaecey, I'm going to ask you this directly. CNN, MSNBC, they're never going to show this. So the thing is, in order to, and you guys talked a lot about uniting earlier, and the idea that we, our
I
side
am definitely 5'8". All right, I'm 5'8". I'm 5'9" plus with shoes. That's the truth.
I thought you were 5'7".
No, I'm 5. All right, I'm like 5'7" and like 15, 16.
You know that story you were telling earlier about when the guy was shooting at you? It's a good thing you were at my height. All right, so. Well, it's also a good thing you didn't turn sideways. Hey, see, get it?
I should have did. I would have hit him for sure then.
I just don't. I don't know how we get the message across that we have not been the group or the party calling for violence. Like, how do you get that out there? Because the MS. Like, all you have to do is play that 3 times to MSNBC and CNN and try to get most of them and see if it can get reshared on liberal pages, and you would have a united country realizing, Or the question becomes, Kaecey, is the left so embroiled that their side is the right side that they think their violence is justified? That's the question.
Yes. Yeah, they're so brainwashed, their violence is justified. And we'll go back to 2020.
But Trump is an existential threat, just like climate change.
Yeah.
Okay. But you got to remember too, man. My man Biden is so deeply against Trump, and this is the truth, that man couldn't even say his damn slogan. He said, "We're gonna make America, better." I said, "Whoa!" My man stopped himself from saying, "Make America great again," bro.
Well,
it's like, damn, that was perfect. I'm gonna cut that up.
Joe Biden should have just said it. Should have just said MAGA at this point, because there is no chance of Joe Biden winning. But to answer your question, Russo, the reason why people on the right are the target for all of the violence is because we embrace the Second Amendment, and the system wants that gone. And so the only thing they can keep targeting is our voices, and the next thing to back up the voices, which is our Second Amendment right. And so they're going to keep tackling both of them. They take away the First Amendment on social media and the internet, and then they take away our Second Amendment by brainwashing and getting these transgender shooters to go out and do it and say that it is a right-wing extremist, and then we'll take away your rights that way.
I want to also just to kind of get close to wrapping up here. We will do our show on Tuesday, but if you've been
Tuesday's
following,
going to be interesting. We need to talk about Tuesday.
Yeah,
later.
we'll plan Tuesday. Where am I looking? Twitter, X. If you look at Elon Musk, I found it ironic that before the shooting happened yesterday, Elon Musk has committed a lot of money to the Trump campaign, which I found interesting. That was yesterday morning. And then since then, I mean, he has been going incredibly politically hard recently. Let me see if I can see. Talking about the fact,
very hard.
The fact that we need to secure our vote. Why are we doing it this way? Why are we allowing illegal? Why are we not making sure illegal immigrants can't vote by voter ID? He's going very, very hard. On top of it, I saw Roger Clemens come out and post some stuff. So it's like we're starting to see some of the celebrity turn to like finally going, you know what, fuck it. I'm going to post my political beliefs. I'm going to go Jason Aldean on this one and say, fuck it. I got to say what I got to say.
Well, and that's what's awesome. Like, you have Elon Musk all over this whole situation since yesterday saying we need full investigation of the Secret Service. We need to have everybody looked into, every little thing. But prior to that, he was doing the same thing of what you're talking about. We need to secure our borders. We need to pass the SAVE Act. We need to make sure that we have voter ID utilized to vote in our country. We need to secure our elections. And he's calling this out because he's starting to see this playing out in social media land like it did in 2020 when he didn't even own Twitter then. He's starting to see the writing on the wall, and he's connecting the dots and saying it. If you follow Mike Lee and Elon Musk, you'll see both of their interactions talking about this all the time.
Yeah.
And it is getting crazy. And I love it because I love those two dudes. I think they're fantastic.
Off
But-
topic just a little bit.
Always.
That Cybertruck, is that Tesla?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it should be named the Torsla because it's shaped just like Elon Musk's torso.
Oh, Jesus.
Pretty good. So Elon shared something earlier today. Hold on.
What are you getting to on his post for earlier today?
Yeah, so he did one. He showed the New York Times published about Trump. He failed the test of leadership and betrayed America. Voters must reject him in. Like the fact that they didn't pull that ad for the day. Like,
I meant to bring this up earlier. Yeah, like this ad is absolutely absurd. I mentioned it to Kash. Like, why in the hell did New York? Well, I mentioned to Kash what Arizona did. Arizona Republic ran a cannabis ad on the front page, and then you have New York Times running this. When a former president and a future president, like our next president, Donald Trump, it got shot, and he is not on the front page here. Like they're putting him in and painting it in a negative sense.
yeah.
Well, not a shocker. Not a shocker.
By the way, there is a Russell Brand I found as I was searching for stuff yesterday. 10 months ago, had a show called what was it? I believe as though there will be an assassination attempt on Donald Trump this year. Let me see if I can find it.
Well, I'm not surprised. Tucker said the same thing.
Yeah. I think we all thought that it was possible. Let me see. I just want to get the name of it correct. But yeah, it's 10 months old, and it was called. Sorry, I'm like you, Kaecey. I've got a lot running.
I think that everybody, I'm going to tell you right now, Trump gets back in office, I swear to you, there better be some fucking arrest. There better be some arrests made. There better be everything that has been being said. No more 3-letter agencies. They need to be disbanded. Media needs some more restrictions on what they can report. Undo the shit that Obama did because I think they did that already, didn't they?
They undid a lot of things, but some of that got put back with Biden's executive orders too. You just have to get into the fine details. We do need to gut everything. That's one of the reasons why I'm saying we need to have Vivek as the VP. He has a plan to cut 70% of the government, and that is very important, especially with the amount of debt. But to call this out, this is
better be drained.
Yes, facts. Arizona Republic ran this as their front page of the newspaper today. So Sarah, your old playground, but yeah, Arizona just didn't care.
Are we seeing the shirt she's wearing, by the way? In that photo?
Yeah, her Unite Don't Fight shirt
is beautiful. Sarah, I love you even more now.
Yeah, the title was Trump will face assassination attempt in 2024. Again, across the board, his ex has just been on fire. I keep losing it.
It's freaking amazing. We're over 1,000 on X right now.
Yeah, that too. By the way, we should be able to go back on Truth tomorrow, I think, or even later today, because I think I corrected it while we were live. If you look at, the shares of Elon in the last day are incredibly telling. I'll go ahead and bring up just because if you go through the line, it's pretty interesting. I think my computer's not used to having all of these things going at once. It's been a while.
It's a Mac. What do you expect?
Well, I've been, in a fucking trailer for God knows how long.
You look like you're from a trailer, especially with that mustache.
That's funny. Gosh, hey, you look like you're from a single parent household. All right, let's see.
Not factual.
Which is funny because I am from a single parent household. So there's that.
That makes more sense for you, though.
Is that why he's an RFK voter or no?
Exactly. That's the other thing. People are also saying, well, you guys just don't. The reason why you believe as though the bias is only for the left is because you're a MAGA nut. I'm like, first off, you talk about me name calling y'all. I'm not a MAGA nut. I was an RFK potential voter for like a month or two, and I was really looking into things, weighing things out. It's changed. I'm a Trump voter, definitely a Trump supporter now, but I'm not a MAGA nut. And even if I was a MAGA nut, just because you have faith in a president, you're a nut if you still are riding with Biden despite liking him or disliking him. Most people that are still voting for Biden are like, I don't really like him, but I'm going to vote for him anyways. That's just stupid.
I'm for sure a MAGA nut.
Yeah, we
Yes, you are.
know you're a MAGA nut.
Look at
Don't
what
like
you're dressed in
orange
right now.
Each day I get closer to being a MAGA nut. Let's see. So this is all of what he's sharing. First off, this is hilarious. Caesar injured in group hug. He calls out the mainstream media, legacy media right here, talks about Washington Post, Trump escorted away after loud noises at PA rally. Why not wait 3 minutes before posting your headline? Donald Trump escorted off stage by Secret Service during rally after loud noises. Secret Service rushes Trump. Secret Service rushes Trump after he falls at rally. Trump removed from stage by Secret Service, loud noises. Like, calls them out for one. He then is showing there's some more stuff talking about the sniper, talking about the situation. I mean, he's covering this as much as possible. This is the most looked at account in all of Twitter, from what I understand, or X. Talks about Bill Ackman changing his position on Trump. Like, he's sharing some really big time stuff that is incredibly pro Republican, conservative, and especially pro Trump.
You know, isn't that funny? Isn't that just so ironic that Twitter used to be a place where Trump was smeared and not celebrated, not acknowledged in a good light. And now, since Elon took it over, Trump is praised. And it was funny because Twitter was used in the election process as far as how to, you know, they were kind of campaigning for old Joe, if you want to be real about it. And now the tables have turned. Well, and we are seeing Trump being praised all over Twitter or X.
Yeah. Well, and it's not that he was just being silenced or that Biden was being propped up. Twitter files exposed that they were removing posts and silencing people that were on the right, and then also hiding the Hunter Biden laptop. That is where it all started, is on X or Twitter back in the day. But we have come full circle, and we have someone that is embracing free speech, which is, I think, is fantastic. My meds are wearing off. My meds are wearing off. Leave me alone.
You sound like a Chicago gangster from the 30s.
Come on, you'll never take me alive, copper.
But overall, when we have X going in the direction that it's going, supporting what it's doing, you have the owner involved in it. It is saying a lot.
Biden's making another speech? What? Nuh-uh.
No way.
Ain't no way.
I think she just saw the name of the show, and she's probably thinking it's in the beginning of the show. You didn't miss much.
Not at all.
Yeah, unless they were like. Actually, Biden's press conference was really good by Slate. Oh God. I'll read that later. Okay, guys, where do we want to wrap this up?
I don't use condoms.
I was going to make that joke, Kash. I finally was like, I'm going to leave
Not
it alone.
because I don't believe in them, but none of them fit.
Oh, Jesus. You need
Same
Jesus.
with me. It's like a garbage bag. It's terrible. He's got another. There's no way he's got another speech tonight.
What? Okay, fine. I got to look this up. Like, he just posted a recorded speech. Like, how is he going to go and do another live?
Oh yeah, did we address that? Do we think that was a recording, or do we think that was
100%? It was recorded. No questions. It started on time. He didn't walk up to anything. He was started in a sitting position, and so yeah, it was recorded a couple hours ago, for sure.
No, I don't think he got another speech.
No, White House, whitehouse.gov does not have another schedule for today. So I don't think there is another one for today. But yeah,
or maybe it was pre-recorded, right? And then Biden forgot that he recorded it and is gearing up to do the speech right now that he forgot that he pre-recorded.
Hey guys, is it time for me to do my? We already did it.
I'm gonna go ahead and make a post.
Oh man,
let people know we're about to do it.
He's already asleep. Like, I'm going exactly where Billy Bob's talking. Like, it's past his bedtime. We're supposed to be calling the first lady if there is a nuke coming.
That's why he pre-recorded it. It was too late.
Yeah, correct.
It was Betty time for Biden. Biden Betty time. That should be a book. Biden Betty time. I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna create a story called Biden Betty Time.
This is getting awkward. All right, let's go ahead and
All right,
wrap this
let's wrap it
up.
up.
You guys close this out.
Go for it, Cash.
All right, guys. Appreciate you all for being here. Thank you so much. Please be sure to like the page if you haven't already. Please help me with my YouTube as well. You guys go over to the YouTube and the Beat the Change YouTube and hit the subscribe button and ring the little bell so you never miss another update because they've been killing us over there on YouTube. I'd appreciate it. Also, if you haven't already, go to pilled.net, PILLED.net. Create an account, totally free. Freedom of speech. We go over there and have a good time. We're going to be doing a episode of America's Conspiracy Compass tomorrow. All right,
Hold
so
on,
be ready.
What do we put? What's your name to follow on there?
On my for pill.net.
Yeah.
My name, Kash Lee Kelly.
Kash Lee Kelly.
Just making sure. All right. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go through all the banners before we wrap up. My computer's going really slow.
Yeah, I
really
can tell
is.
you're glitching.
All right.
All right.
There we go.
So you're gonna go through them?
I'm trying to hit them. They're not working.
Okay. Cash,
you
go
go,
with
Cash.
Freedom Box. Oh, Pilled. There you go.
Yep.
Go with Pilled.
What do you mean go with Pilled?
Yeah, what he just said. Go to pill.net, follow Kash Lee Kelly. That's where to go. All right, go to Freedom Box. Go talk to Freedom Box real quick.
Yeah, Freedom Box, you guys already know about that. That's the company that we support to battle against woke ideologies and the woke stores and all the stuff that they put inside of there. This store is online. It's all American-made products, and it's given to you by Americans. They employ Americans to bring it to your door. Also, even the customer service line is all Americans. You're not going to have to wait for 15 minutes to understand what somebody is saying. You'll be able to call and get whatever fixed, which you won't have to get nothing fixed hardly ever because everything is so perfect there. But 99% of everything there is made right here in America. It's a great way for you to battle. It's a great way for you to protest. We protest with our dollars. That's what I've been doing. That's what Kaecey does. That's what Russo does. And over 100 people that I have gotten to check the store out also are protesting with their dollar, and they're getting amazing deals. They're getting things that are better for their health, better for their environment, and overall better for America because everything is made in America. So do us the favor of going to freedomboxinfo.com. Fill out the jot form, and we'll reach out. All right? Appreciate you.
And then here is the Wake Not Woke store. Just check out if you like our merch. I mean, we're wearing random stuff today. We do have the Revenge shirt. Wake Not Woke store is what Kaecey's wearing, or a Wake Not Woke hat. I've got the Defund the Media. We got a whole bunch of stuff on the website. Make sure you check that out. Use Truth for 20% off at awakenotwokestore.com. We have literally about 30 different designs, different shirts. So make sure you check 40, actually like 40. You got a lot of fun stuff, including voting for a convicted felon. Proud to. We also have our water company that supports us as well. Huge patriot. He's actually probably going to be in East Palestine, which is about an hour away from Butler County. It water's so good.
Water's so clear, you can't even see it.
There you go. Under the Sink Filters, also a sponsor of Kelly as well. Check it out. Go to centuryh2o.com. Goes underneath the sink, clears out every single possible thing that you could possibly imagine. Go hit Russo 10 for 10% off. It's like $300 after the discount. These are the best water filtration systems you could possibly put under your sink. Period, bar none. Lastly, guys, I would love for you guys to join me at one of my speaking classes. I don't know if Kash and Kaecey are going to make the free one this week. I got a free workshop, free class. Come to it. It's literally just a place where you can use your voice. I'm a professional speaker. I get paid to speak besides just talk about politics. Go to, where is it? I don't even see it right now. It's stuck. There it is. DoubleDownSpeaking.com. Just register there. We do it at 6 p.m. Central Time. It's a 1-hour free workshop taught by me. It's not as glitchy as the way my internet is right now. That's what I got for you guys. Kash, if I'm forgetting
Before we
anything,
go,
say it. If not, take us
before
home.
we go, Kaecey's got, I know what Kaecey's going to tell you. I'm going to let him tell you. But before he tells you, when you guys click off of this video, 2 things I need you to do right away. Go to the YouTube. Okay? Kash Kelly, the Streetlight. Subscribe. They're killing me over there. I need your help. Like a video. Share one. That'd be great. Leave a comment. All right? Number 2, create an account, please, on pilled.net and join us for America's Conspiracy Compass. It's fun. You would love it. It's freedom of speech. All American-made company. You know, we support America around here. So do the right thing. Be a patriot. Go over there and create your account. Kaecey, what do you got?
Don't trust the government. Also, let me also throw out this week's schedule is going to be interesting, guys. Like, we need to talk about what our plans are. We have the RNC all week. So you're going to probably see random lives. So watch for the schedules to be showing up on Facebook. I'll be posting up on X. I'll post a whole bunch when I can on when will be the plan. I will probably randomly just go live throughout the RNC, very similar to what I did with the LNC. But this week is not going to be our normal week for shows, and so we'll have to talk when Truth works, because there is going to be a huge Trump speech, and we will probably be covering that.
Yes. Yes.
That
for
might be our
sure.
True Tuesday this week.
Tomorrow.
I got to look up on what day it is. But
Aren't we covering that tomorrow?
What is it? His speech?
RNC?
RNC's for like 3 or 4 days.
I know, but it starts tomorrow.
Yes, it starts tomorrow.
When is his speech?
I got to look that up. I have the
I'm
calendar
covering all
right
of it.
now.
Damn that.
It's 10
I'm
pages.
covering it all. I'm covering all of it. So yeah, everybody that's watching us on all the different platforms, Facebook, X, pill.net, YouTube. I appreciate everybody for joining us today. Thank you. You guys have been very supportive all day today. So thank you for that. Appreciate you so much. Also, go check out the Facebook Reels. I got some good ones up. Catch you guys later. Unite, don't fight. Be a street light, because only you can be the change you wish to see in the world. And when you get too stressed out, you got to remember to pray, America. Because without God, everything falls apart. That's a fact.
Facts.
Woo. Brother.
Y'all need help. Like serious help.
Yeah, it's a little bit.